when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. And the Seahawks and Eagles, you might remember, they met up in the wild card round a season ago. And it's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown had 40 years of age brought in. But the Seahawks, they were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory.
Pick up on the play. And it's 3rd.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And they give this time to the tailback. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him left away. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. 1 play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, it's Wentz. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know,
Now a play fake. Wentz. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things on. I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Stephon Diggs, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, and even better run for big yardage.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Being chased out left. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This one out quickly to Watkins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check it out, read. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there counts for what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
He was taken down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. They go play action now. Wilson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 20. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 40-yard line.
Might be it right there. I think that's the lucky way, y'all.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 26.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, pick your game up.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
He spun away for a moment, but only a moment, as he just gets back to the line of scrimmage maybe, and that's it. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
The ball carried by.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
No gain.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete.
Wilson.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He was brought down by Darius Slay.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down, Seattle.
Right back to him on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a first carry for their fullback. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case, they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Number 26.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. He'll fire deep for Rager. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
By the Seahawks. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Rodney McLeod up to make the tackle. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football. gain some yardage and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 2-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4. Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing. In a
and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Intercepted.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak for the time.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The 29-yard line.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
81.
Now Wentz. This ball complete to Rager. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The 20, 10, 5. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. That's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And fights through one man. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Wentz to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20.
What a play. What a play.
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
No gain on the play.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd down.
Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An Eagle 1st down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Wentz. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He's back to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Wentz. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a two-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the two-point conversion.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. They're going to try and run for it. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Kickoff for Philadelphia.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get to field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wilson to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 2 yards, good enough for a first. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And some space here. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Seahawks 30.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Seahawks, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.